Hello, welcome to part 2 of my video series for the Cobra Deviant mobile mech suit that was released for the Pursuit of Cobra line 2010. It's called a suit, but I'm not sure that it's really, in my opinion, a suit because the figure doesn't actually wear it. It more like rides in it. It's more like a armored walker than it is a suit, in my opinion. But we'll go ahead and give you sort of a 360-degree look at it, and then try and show you the stickers, which if you haven't already found a way of applying stickers, I would definitely recommend before you pick up one of these or some of the other Pursuit of Cobra vehicles. Have some pliers or tweezers or another idea of how to apply the stickers, because there are quite a bit of them and they are kind of small, and many times if you're trying to get it perfect, you will have to apply it and then lift it back up and keep reapplying. One of the stickers that gave me an issue, whether I was tired or something, was I couldn't figure out how to put this one on because originally it was facing the other way, but then I was able to figure out that the sticker goes on the inside of the cockpit, not on the outside, which I was wanting to do. I'm thinking that's what I ended up doing with this one, and maybe it's just not knowing what to do, or I really am blaming it on the blueprint. My HISS tank, I also had issues with it, so maybe the blueprints are just not that clear to me. Another sticker I thought was kind of interesting is this one here. If you're an old-time collector like me who's been with G.I. Joe for a while, this is something that you originally would see on a Cobra vessel of, one that would be in the water, because originally this was a sticker that looks more like one that would be on the Moray, a Cobra attack boat from the Real American Hero line. Another bit of views of the different triangle stickers, that definitely having some tweezers or something else that will allow you to hold on to these little triangles. Quite a bit of different ones. There's one that goes around the circumference of this battering ram here, and then there's also this type of triangle sticker that's there, and then I'm thinking there's somewhere else. There it is. And then there's also two of them down there. Then what else to say? Go ahead and show this. These are the guns that go up and down. Other than these, because I think these are more environmental type sensors or whatever, I don't think they're actually armaments. And then this right here is either lights, or maybe it's the same way as this one here. They're the targeting sights that allow you to know where you're pointing this at. Then let's see what else to show. This mech suit was originally released, or at least an incarnation of it was released as part of the Sigma 6 2.5-inch line that was released earlier in 2000. And I believe only the canopy here, which I just noticed, has these rocket launching grenade launcher looking things right there. Trying to see if there's another one on the other side. Nope, just this one that moves up and down. But this canopy, I believe, is what has been updated, because I think they all originally had this kind of basic canopy that this G.I. Joe mech suit has. And then the other thing that's interesting is you'll see these little ports right here, which allows you to either take the mech armaments from the mech on the G.I. Joe side and attach them there, or this side as well, or vice versa. Or I'll show you how you can take off these. I don't really like to call them arms because they're not really much of an arm to me, more of an attachment, and I keep doing that because the button for the battering ram is right there. So I guess we'll leave it launched out. And this one, at least, is very, very, very hard to get off. The G.I. Joe one, I believe, will be a lot easier to get off. This one's really tight. So the other thing I wanted to mention was if you had seen my intro video kind of to these videos that I'm trying to get done, you would have seen that I had the Rhino direct to consumer, or if you are somebody that was able to purchase the Rise of Cobra Rhino here, it also has the same ports on it, and I will try and share some more info about that later. But you can use the armaments that came with either one of the Rhinos also for your mech suit. So you can either attach it into the port on the side there, or on the other side, or you can even take off the arm and put it right there. And in fact, if you've been on the forums, you may have seen a while ago where someone was able to buy a few of these mech suits and also get a hold of or already owned quite a bit of the Sigma 6 mech suits, and they actually doubled up the armaments. So they had maybe 2 of these missile launchers on, or let's say you just want one with 2 battering rams on, you can do that. 2 of the grappling hook, which some people aren't a fan of the Cobra's weapons, and some people have very good, valid opinions of the type of weapons they are. But I really like it because if we can bring in the other mech suit, and you can get this to sort of target it. You know, like they say on the packaging, some poses and other things will require hand support. But let's say you are firing your grappling hook. And then if you're a fan of Star Wars, I'm sure you know this scene that I'm kind of referring to. You can wrap the grappling hook around the legs and pull it and then knock it off its feet. So that's one reason I think the grappling hook is cool. The other way I would see it is, I kind of mentioned it in probably one of my Rise of Cobra videos, but I could also see this being fired into a window, and then maybe the Cobras use it to climb up into the building. That's the other reason why I am actually a fan of the battering ram that comes with this Cobra mech suit. Even though I do wish it went in further, because right there it looks like it's extended, but that's before it's extended, and then that's after. So it would have been nice if it went all the way in, I think, and came out more. But the reason I like that one is I can see it kind of like what they show on the packaging, which we'll have to go back to again later because I realized I forgot to say something. You can see that there's all these broken down buildings, and so I could see, you know, the G.I. Joes being inside of the warehouse, and then the Cobras use the battering ram to collapse the building down on them. Could also be the same way that they use Firefly. I believe they mention the warehouse coming down in his ID badge or play scenario. So the other reason we need to go to the packaging in a second here is because this here they are calling a Cyber Viper. this is a reincarnation or a version 2 in some ways of a Cyber Viper. Right here, if I'm not mistaken, you have the Zartan legs. I believe all of them are. You know, both the lower part and the top part. I believe these are also Zartan's arms, or at least one version of the Zartan, because I know there was a Major Blood version of the Zartan as well, or where they used Zartan's original parts again for the 25th anniversary blood, even though quite a bit of the bloods were released. And then this part here, his kind of chest armor, is from the Defense of Cobra Island Pack Night Creeper, or if you were able to get the Walmart version, that's where that comes from. The arms, I'm not 100% sure. I know the bottom ones, I believe, are, like I said, from either Zartan or Major Blood, but the upper arm I'm not 100% on. I believe he didn't have clear goggles like he does here, but I believe the goggles and the head and everything are reissued from the 25th anniversary Wild Weezer. So that right there is this version of the Cobra Cyber Viper. But if you have this figure, this is also a Cyber Viper. But unlike his new incarnation, this one actually shows quite a bit of the other cybernetic parts here, both on the leg, and then there's an armband, and then you can see his face kind of has some wiring behind the fins and everything. Sorry, there's not a way to get those fins out of the way, but there's wiring down the side of his head and in the back of his head. So that is the Cyber Viper. And then this is the new look of the Cyber Viper. And then now that we've talked about the Cyber Viper, let's go ahead and read his Cyber Viper ID badge. It says, Cyber Vipers have bionetic implants, which allow them to organically interface with computerized systems, like the highly advanced Cobra Deviant mobile mech suits. Using these interconnections, they operate the suits as extensions of their minds and bodies, giving them a powerful advantage over the G.I. Joe team when they encounter them in the night-shrouded streets of the city. And then it says a mission equipment D57A Extreme Environment tactical rifle, which is too bad that they talk about the rifle, because as far as I know, he does not come with a rifle. The only weapon that he comes with is this little knife that goes in the little boot sheath right there. So if you've been with G.I. Joe again for a while, a lot of this implant and being able to control their vehicles and stuff has been used before. And I've also mentioned it, and some of you have already seen my videos for these, even though they're not completely complete. This is a Power Fighter from 1993, the Cobra version. This is a Power Fighter, the G.I. Joe version from 1993. And then, of course, if you watched the Rise of Cobra movie, you know they have the accelerator suits. And then this is one of the mechs that came out for Valor vs. Venom. And then that would be the G.I. Joe version. Defense mech, I believe is what it's called. And then this is the Cobra one. And this video is out of time, so let's go on to part 3. Alright, hope to see you over there. Bye.